my name is Kristen Obar. This is my Speedball screencast. My game is called Catch 5, and these are the state course of study. This is for skill development from 5th through 9th. The objectives are the students will throw a ball to the other students without dropping it, and also you can throw a little defense in there as well. The procedures are the students will be placed on 2 teams. There will be 1 ball. Students will try to pass the ball 5 times without dropping it. The same people cannot touch the ball. If they do, it will result in a turnover. If the ball is dropped or goes out of bounds, the other team gains the ball. If it goes out of bounds, the opposite team will throw it in. Once the ball is thrown 5 times, the team gets a point. If the ball is batted down, the other team gets the ball. The opposite team can play defense, but at arm's length away. Some of the modifications that I thought about doing are you can use a heavier or lighter ball depending on what grade you use. You can make them go to the opposite end of the floor, kind of like speedball. Make them go towards the opposite end and the other team play defense, and then vice versa. You can give the students numbers 1 through 5 and say, depending on how many students you have to throw to number 4 this time, or you have to throw to 6 this time, or 8. This is my source.
This is Catch 5. It's a game that works on passing and receiving, and a friend of mine showed me it this year, and we used it in our handball and basketball units, and it worked really well. So all you need is a ball. So in this game you have one team there, the other team against them, and they're all spread out along the floor, and one team will start with a ball. They can rock, paper, scissors, or whatever you want to decide who starts. And essentially the idea of the game is to try to complete 5 passes without dropping the ball or without having the other team intercept the passes. So it's a game that gets players to move to open spots and find the open areas and work on their passing accuracy. So in this first example, we'll see one team passing the ball around, and it's easy when no one's moving, but obviously in the real game everyone's moving around. So they've completed 5 passes there, and on the 5th pass they can put the ball on the ground or slam it on the ground, and they get a point. And the other team would start out with it. So there was just a very quick example. Players can't pass back and forth between 2 people. You have to pass to somebody else, so that way more people get a chance. So in the second example here, we'll see a player goes to make a pass and it's intercepted. So obviously on a straight interception, then the other team gets the ball and they can continue passing it along and try and make 5 passes. Again, everyone would be moving around. There we see a player threw it out of bounds. So when that happens, then it's simply the other team's ball, and then it continues on. So they can work on pivoting and moving around and all those types of things. If a team can kind of intercept it, but instead of catching the ball they just knock it to the ground, then the team that knocked it to the ground will also gain possession of the ball. So, or you can implement rules as you see.
I think this is a pretty good example of a good lead-up game for speedball, because you're working on pivoting, you're working on throwing the ball. But this is all for my speedball screencast. Thanks for listening.